Hey, I'm Joy. I got updated to FSD Beta 10.69.3.1, and as per usual, I am taking my car out on my test route. That is an outlier case with FSD Beta, full city self-driving, to see how this version performs. And as usual, I am making a disclaimer that this route is an outlier. It's an edge case because it has many roundabouts at these tiny, narrow intersections on these residential streets, and many of them are actually not marked on the navigation map. So a year ago, when I started driving on this route and testing FSD Beta on it, it did not do that well. I would have to disengage several times. But over the last year, actually 13 months now, since I've been an FSD Beta tester, I have witnessed how this technology has been handling those tricky situations better and better and better. So I will take you guys out on that street and let's take a look at this latest FSD Beta version and see if it's improved further or if it regressed. So this is my first drive using the software update, and I think I found a bug because the reporting camera icon disappeared. So I don't know where it went, and I don't know how to report driving abnormalities to Tesla, but bear with me. We're gonna test out the street, and hopefully they're gonna release another update soon to add that reporting icon back on the screen. But with this particular update, I do now get to have the turn signal screen to position it either here or at the original location on the screen, or I can put it on the center of the screen, which is really handy because a lot of times if my hand is like this and the turn signal is on and the turn signal camera view, the blind spot camera view is down here, and it will be a little bit tough to see. So I am glad that Tesla took in the customer suggestions to allow us repositioning that camera view anywhere, well, not anywhere, but at different locations on the screen so that we can see it better. So here we go. If you've been watching my videos, you are probably very familiar with this route. So we're going to turn into residential area, and right now it is starting rush hour traffic, so it's going to be a bit more crowded than usual, than the normal times that I would test out this route. But hey, if we need to use FSD Beta, this has to be a real life practical solution. So yeah, this I have to disengage because it got a little confused as to it's seeing that this turning lane is piling up, so it tried to go to this other lane thinking maybe it can cut over later, but that's not the case. This is right turn only lane, and the car should have just waited behind all those cars and wait in the queue, but I disengaged, and that should send the information back to Tesla without tapping on the camera icon. So now we also have these half speed bumps, and I'm traveling at lower speed, so it felt okay, but okay, it recognized it the last second and slowed down a couple of miles per hour with speed. And then here we have another little bump, and yes, it slowed down a little bit for it, which is great because a lot of these speed bumps, they're all constructed and painted differently, and the car does not recognize all these speed bumps correctly. So some speed bumps it recognizes, it'll slow down, and others it just flies by. So we just went over another little speed bump and it slowed down and it's fine. Everything is operating as normal with this new version of FSD beta. So far so good. And then I am not sure why it's slowing down here. I think this car was blue. It thought that that car was probably driving, but it was just parked on the street. So I wish there was an icon that I can tap on and report that back to Tesla. But next time that I'm on this route, I will do so after the update. And here we are. I'm going to reduce the speed to 25 miles per hour, which is the speed that I always set to when I test out the street. And here we are. This first roundabout is on the map, and it's, yep, perfect. Very nice. Just as how I would handle it. And this second one is also being recognized, but for some reason it's slowing down significantly, which it doesn't have to. So, 500 feet, turn right. Well, it did recognize, but this speed bump is not on the map, and it went around perfectly. Very nice. So that second one, not sure why, is slowed down significantly. And now I'm actually going to go straight forward. I could not find a destination that will allow me to come over and test this very last roundabout, even though now I have the different route selection. It would not allow me to get on this route with these tricky little roundabouts to test out my car. So I always had to just turn right over there, and then I'm going to drive all the way down, come back up, and then drive all the way down on this street and test all the roundabouts. So I will be back. We are going back out on this street all the way through from this direction, and the intersection right now is a little bit blocked because, again, it's LA rush hour traffic. So let's see how the car handles. Yep, it went around this pickup truck fine. And here comes the one that I couldn't test on my way here. And before, oh, yeah, it did fine. Okay. Before, in previous drives, for whatever reason, it did not handle that one that well. And this one, it went around perfectly, even though it was not on the map. And then this one, sometimes it's a little challenging, and oh, perfect. It handled it perfectly. Very nice, very nice. That one would get confused sometimes, and here someone is on the bike, and then this last one, again, not indicated on the map, and it went around perfectly. So yeah, FSD beta has come a long way, a very long way, and I'm so happy to see the progress. And then now we have, I think, 2 roundabouts that are not indicated on the navigation map, and these are even narrower. So I'm gonna reduce it to 25 miles per hour. I don't know why it would go back up to 30. Perfect. Handled it perfectly. And then here comes the second one. Again, not on the map. Yes. Oh, this is so perfect. I am so happy. So happy to see the progress of FSD beta. And now we're at the stop sign. I believe in the previous test, yeah, it would creep forward and then it wouldn't go. It's still doing that even though there are no other cars at this intersection. So I do not understand why. it would do that. So yeah, that part, I hope Tesla would improve. Basically, if the cameras don't see any other cars at that intersection at the stop sign, to just let the car go after you do the full stop. No need to creep, no need to slow down. So that was the very first drive after I got updated to FSD Beta 10.69.3.1. I would say it performed 95% perfectly. There was that initial right turn where the cars were queuing up and then they tried to go to the left lane thinking that it can cut over or something instead of just staying in the line in the right turn lane. So that's never happened before, but it happened in this case. So that was a little bit of deduction. And then a couple of the roundabouts, it didn't really have to slow down, but it did. So that was a slight deduction there as well. But other than that, wow. I'm just thinking about the very first time I came on this road with Brendan, one of the OG FSD beta testers, when he had beta version 10 that just came out last year in 2021, and right before I was qualified for FSD beta program. I took him out on that route, and how thrilling. That is a good way of putting it, how thrilling that drive was compared to the drive today. The technology, FSD, the car handled this road confidently, and I am just so impressed by the progress. So thank you so very much for coming along this ride with me, and thank you so much if you watched the video from the week before where I mentioned about my injured arm. Thank you for all your well wishes. And I am not wearing a sling right now because the orthopedic surgeon said that I need to try to have some movement and rotation and stretch a little bit with my arm so that I will need physical therapy after the bone fracture heals. So just so that you know, my arm is very stiff. I can't extend it all the way out straight, and certain movements like this is still hurts, and I don't have any grip strength. But it's almost 2 weeks since my injury, and I thank you so very much for, again, for your well wishes, and I hope I'll get this arm back being functional as soon as possible. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one, and God bless you.